Why growth feels like grief. Welcome back to Pursuing Me with Sharita. If the last episode stirs something up in you, this one might go even deeper. Because today we're talking about something nobody really prepares you for. The grief that comes with growth. We're taught that growth should feel exciting, empowering, liberating, and sometimes it does. But other times growth feels heavy. I had to learn that the hard way. I was questioning myself, like, why am I feeling lonely, sad, and I'm going through these transitions of becoming a better me? I had to learn that the hard way. Growth can feel heavy, confusing, and emotional. Here's the truth. Every time you grow, you are letting something go of a version of yourself. And letting go, even of what no longer fits, can actually hurt. You might grieve who you were when you didn't know better. Who you were before responsibilities hardened you. Who you were when you were more available, even if you were less protected. You might grieve relationships that no longer make sense. Dreams that changed. Roles you no longer want to play. And none of that means you're going backwards. It means you're human. Grief doesn't always come from loss. Sometimes it comes from evolution. From realizing you can't go back, even if that part of you want to. Ask yourself this. What version of me am I quietly mourning right now? Guys, this was an episode that I wanted to dive in because I went through this stage a few years ago when I first got into personal development, personal growth, self-awareness, and all of those things on that know thyself journey. I went through this before, but now there's another me that is becoming, and I'm right back there again. I'm right back there again because there's the version I was before got me to where I am now. But now there's another version of me that has to die to take me to the next version of who I'm becoming. It feels absolutely amazing this time. The first time it was more saddening for me because I started to go into like isolation and, go through this journey alone, which was fine. But when I realized what was happening, I came up out of it. Okay, I'm embracing it with other people. I'm having different discussions, conversations with friends, my partner, things of that nature. So this time around, I'm a little more aware. I'm a little more aware of what's happening in this next becoming of me version. So it's not as bad for me. But if this is maybe the first time, or certain things are you have to make the decision to let certain things go. I know your pain, but guys, push through. It get greater later. Sometimes we rush ourselves through grief because we think growth should look strong. But strength doesn't mean skipping your feelings. It means letting them move through you without judgment. You can be grateful for who you were and still release them. You can honor what you got, how you got here. Just honor how you got here and still choose something different. Growth doesn't erase your past, it integrates it. It integrates. You're integrating your past with where you're going. Your past doesn't have to totally erase, because your past actually builds you and take you to where you're going. So you don't have to look at it as if you're losing something that you're not supposed to lose, within yourself. Because remember, your past is still there, but it's taking you on this journey. Guys, this episode, again, I'm always giving it to you short and sweet, but I wanted to just I was going to make this like a short, but I wanted to get a little more into details with, a little more of just giving you a short minute version of my YouTube shorts or social medias. So I wanted to create this make this an episode for you guys. But again, I'm going to always keep it short and sweet. So if you've been feeling emotional lately, nostalgic, tender, uncertain, and yes, all of those feelings happens. They all occurs. So if you don't know where those feelings are coming from, and you are on this becoming a better version of yourself, you guys, let me tell you something. I even go as far as getting these little mild headaches, and not until Michael explained to me, sometimes those headaches come from you going into a different version, you going into a different space, you growing, you're awakening more to your truest self. And I couldn't believe it, but I realized that it do happen. It really, really happens. So I want you to pay attention. If you are on that becoming a better version of yourself journey, the awakening journey, self-awareness, all of those things, whatever you may want to use, whatever term you may want to use, if you are on that journey, pay close attention. You may think you are being moody. You may think you're kind of like depressed. All of those feelings can occur. I want you to pay attention, close attention. So guys, let me say this clearly. You're not regressing, because again, when you go into that depressed feeling or that uncertain feeling, you could possibly think you're regressing or whatever, but you are transitioning, and transition deserve patience. So inside the Inner Work Club in the 8-week challenge, we don't rush the process. We sit with it. We write through it. Let clarity rise naturally. If you have that 8-week challenge, I really, 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 really want to know, how has it helped you on your journey? I know it's short. 8 weeks is pretty short, but I do believe that I created it in a sense for you to get some direction in your transitioning. So please give me some feedback on that 8-week challenge. If you have participated, if you purchased it, if you started it, please give me some feedback on it. We don't rush the process. We sit through it. We write through it, as I said, and let clarity rise naturally. Growth isn't just about who you're becoming. It's about who you're brave enough to release. It takes a lot to release that old version, all those old habits, all of those old routines, all of those old ways. It's a lot. I'm talking about, you know how, and I'm speaking for us, the women, Miss Independence. We're so stuck on doing things for ourselves. We don't know how to allow other people to come in and help as I spoke in the previous episode, about not asking for help, not being open to the outside. Guys, again, it's about you, who you're brave enough to release. Until next time, I'll meet you in the final episode of this 3-series episode about grief, growth, change, adjustments. Who are you becoming? If you notice, episode 41 was who are you without survival mode. And we got into now today, episode 42 is why growth feels like grief. And we have one final episode from this series. I didn't want to do the series all together, so I spread it out from week to week, just so you know. So you can see the connections between episode 41, 42, and the upcoming episode 43. But, guys, why growth feel like grief is what I wanted to touch today. And I hope you or whoever you share this episode with, it touch home. You can relate and you grab something from this episode. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Pursuing Me. And again, I'll meet you in the next episode. Peace.